Hi friends, welcome back to your practice. I am Katie Arnold and today's practice is a full body flow style practice for strength and flexibility. So you don't need any props for your practice today. So go ahead and meet me in Balasana, child's pose. We're going to bring the big toes towards one another. Knees can come out nice and wide. Hips are going to sink over, hips are going to sink over the heels. If it's available to you, your forehead can rest all the way down to the mat. And just giving ourselves a few moments to settle in. Giving ourselves a few moments to anchor. Maybe taking some cleansing breaths. Inhaling through the nose. Open mouth, exhale, and let it go. One more, just like that. Big breath in. Big sigh, let it go. This time, inhaling through your nose. Seal your lips at the top and exhale back out through your nose. Inhaling through the nose. Audible breath out through the nose. As you're ready, pull yourself up to a neutral tabletop position. Wrists underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips, and then inhale, drop your belly, lift your gaze, coming through cow pose. Exhale, belly button to spine, chin to chest for cat. Inhale is your cow, heart shines forward, gaze pulls forward. Exhale through cat, spine rounds, pulling up towards the ceiling. 3 more rounds of this cat and cow. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your gaze. Exhale, round your spine. Last 2. Take it with your breath. Last time. Come back through that neutral tabletop position. Curl your toes under and then exhale. Let your hips go up and back, our downward facing dog. So feel free here to take a couple breaths, pedaling out the feet, bending one knee, bending the other. Walking out our downward facing dog. Feeling the heels pull down towards the mat. They never need to touch when we're in a downward facing dog. It's a misconception, but they are moving in that direction. So when you find some stillness in your downward facing dog, I want you to feel the heels pull down. Again, they don't need to touch, but they're going to move in that direction. And then I want you to think about pressing the chest back towards your thighs. And if your hamstrings or your low back are really tight today, bring more of a bend to your knees. So you can bring a bend to your knees and still feel the heels pull down. And maybe you just kind of play around with that and notice that sensation. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Inhale, come up onto your tippy toes. Feel that nice stretch in the bottoms of your feet. Exhale, bend your knees. Shift your gaze forward and just walk your feet to the top of your mat. So let your feet come hips width distance or wider. We'll take a couple breaths in a forward fold, letting the arms hang down heavy. Maybe taking some gentle sways side to side. Letting the head be heavy, maybe shaking your head yes, shaking it no. Releasing any tension in the neck. And then start to heel toe your feet to a hips width distance. Bring your hands to your shins. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine, flat back. Exhale, fold it forward. Root down through your feet and inhale, stand it all the way up, arms sweeping up and overhead. And exhale, let your hands come down through heart center. Take a full round of breath. Feel both feet firmly planted down on the mat. And then inhale, reach your arms high. Exhale, hinge at your hips and fold down. Inhale, find that flat back. And exhale, step the left toes to the back of your mat. Soften your left knee down. So our right foot is forward, right knee over that right ankle. Being mindful not to let the knee come past your toes, but still lunging into that right knee. Big breath in. Curl your left toes under, lift your left knee, and exhale, step your right foot back to meet your left. We're now in a high plank pose. So palms pressing the mat away. Heels pulling towards the back of our space. Big breath in. Exhale, lower down to your belly. Untuck your toes. Keep your hands where they are. Inhale, lift your head and your chest, little baby cobra. Exhale and lower down. Inhale up through a tabletop position. And exhale back downward facing dog. Hips go high. Full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale, come up onto your tippy toes. Exhale, bend your knees. Shift your gaze forward. Walk your feet to the top of your mat. Forward fold. Inhale, find that halfway lift. Long spine. Exhale, fold it forward. Inhale, stand it up tall. Exhale, hands down through heart center. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale as you fold. Inhale, flat back. This time, exhale, right toes, back of your mat. Soften that right knee down. Left foot is forward, left knee over the left ankle. Lunging into that left knee, breath to the front of the right hip. Big breath in. Curl your right toes under, lift that right knee. Exhale, step left foot back to meet the right. We're back in that high plank. So anytime we're in a plank, you have the option to drop your knees to the mat for a modification. Stay for your inhale. Exhale, lower down to your belly. Untuck your toes. Inhale. This time, maybe you bring a little bit more weight in those hands, cobra pose. We're not all the way up into our upward facing dog here. Exhale and lower. Inhale, press it up, tabletop or high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale, shift it back forward, high plank pose. Stay for that breath out. Stay with straight legs or drop your knees down to the mat. And inhale, take a gentle shift forward, shoulders past your wrist creases. Exhale, lower halfway down, chaturanga, elbows in close. Inhale, upward facing dog, heart shines forward, thighs can lift off the mat. Exhale, roll over your toes, hips go high, downward facing dog, full round of breath. Inhale onto your tippy toes. Exhale, bend your knees, gaze forward, step, or maybe take a light hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale and fold. Bring your big toes to touch, just a little space between those heels. And inhale, bend your knees, sink your seat, sweep your arms up, lift your chest, chair pose. So settling in here, look down past those knees. Make sure you can see all 10 toes. Big breath in. Big breath out. Think about shifting your weight over into your right foot. See if you can lift those left toes off of your mat and step them to the back of your space. Inhale, arms reach up and overhead, and we land in our crescent, our high lunge. So just like in that low lunge, right knee over that right ankle. Hips are square with the front of our mat. So it's this gentle pulling back of the right hip and then pulling the left hip forward. Big breath in. Exhale, open up, warrior two. Spin that back heel down. We have that heel to arch alignment with our feet. Arms at a T, gazing over that front middle finger. Full breath in. Full breath out.
Flip that front palm, inhale, reverse, reach it up and back. Exhale, right elbow down onto that right thigh. Left arm reaching towards the front of our space. Left bicep by your ear, our extended side angle. Big breath in. Big breath out. Flip that front palm, inhale, reverse, reach it up and back. Exhale, windmill your hands to the mat, runner's lunge, and step it back to your plank. Inhale, shift it forward. Exhale, halfway or all the way. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Full round of breath. Inhale onto your tippy toes. Exhale, bend your knees, gaze forward, and make your way to the top of your space. Inhale, halfway. Exhale and fold. Little space between those heels. Inhale, bend your knees, sink your seat, meet me in your chair pose. Pause for that breath out and settle in. Big breath in. Big breath out. Shift your weight into that left foot. Lift those right toes, step them to the back of your mat. Inhale up for that crescent. Pause and find that solid foundation in the legs. So we let it feel like we're on railroad tracks here, not a tightrope. So if you need to widen out your base, allow yourself to do that, especially if you're finding balance to be challenging here. Big breath in. Exhale, open up, warrior two. Hips now open towards the long edge of our mats. Shoulders get to relax down the back. Full breath in. Full breath out. Flip that front palm. Inhale, reverse. Reach it up and back. Exhale, extended side angle. Left elbow down. Right arm reaching towards the front of our space. Full breath. Try to keep that left elbow nice and light so it can rest down, but we're not just like sinking into it. The core stays engaged. Inhale, reverse your warrior, reach it up and back. Exhale, windmill your hands to the mat, runner's lunge, and step it back to your plank. Inhale, shift it forward. Exhale, halfway or all the way. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Full breath in. Full breath out. We're going to take that one breath, one movement. Inhale onto your tippy toes. Exhale, bend your knees, gaze forward, travel to the top of your space. Inhale, halfway. Exhale and fold. Inhale, find your chair pose. Settle for that breath out. Think about shifting your weight into your right foot. Step your left toes to the back. Inhale for crescent. Exhale, warrior two. Flip that front palm. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, windmill your hands to the mat, runner's lunge, and step it back through plank. Inhale, shift it forward. Exhale through your chaturanga. Inhale, find your back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale onto your tippy toes. Exhale, bend your knees, gaze forward, travel to the top. Inhale, halfway. Exhale and fold. Inhale, find your chair pose. Stay for that breath out. Shift your weight into your left foot. Right toes go back. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, warrior two. Flip that front palm. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, windmill your hands to the mat, runner's lunge, and back through plank. Inhale, shift it forward. Exhale, halfway or all the way. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Find your breath. Notice if it's gotten away. Notice if your mind has wandered off.
Big breath in. Big breath out. Inhale onto your tippy toes. Exhale, bend your knees, gaze forward, meet me at the top of your space. Inhale halfway. Exhale and fold. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, hands down through heart center. We have a second little flow we're going to take ourselves through. Just one time on each side, bringing in a little bit of balance, a little bit more strength, a little bit of our slowing down, not fully yet. So bring both feet down on the mat. And I want you to just start to think about shifting your weight into your right foot. We're going to take that left foot, bring it somewhere on the inside of the right leg. So maybe down at the ankle, like a little kickstand. Maybe the inside of the calf, maybe all the way up on the inside of the thigh. It's our tree pose. Left knee pointing towards the left side of your space. Hands are just going to stay at heart center for this today. Big breath in. Big breath out. Inhale, start to bring that left knee forward, one-legged Tadasana, working to bring the knee in line with the hip, flexing the toes back towards your face. Big breath in. Exhale, step the left toes to the back of your mat. We're in a lunge. Hands are going to come down to the mat. So we're going to bring in a little bit of core work. So really ground those hands into the mat. See if you can start to lift those right toes up. So right knee at that right elbow. Inhale, send it back, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee behind that right wrist, setting up for our half pigeon. Extend the left leg long, untucking the toes. Staying up on tall arms for a moment. Find that gentle squaring of the hips, right hip back, left hip forward. You can stay here, or maybe you take a couple of breaths on forearms if that's available to you. 3 breaths. Start to come back up into tall arms. Roll onto that right hip, swing that left leg around and find a seated tree pose. So left leg will stay long, right foot on the inside of that left leg. Square your shoulders with your left leg. Inhale, reach the arms up and overhead. Exhale, start to fold over that left leg. Inhale, find a little halfway lift. Get a little bit more length in the spine. And then exhale, start to fold it forward. Inhale, sit it back up nice and tall. Plant both feet down on the mat, knees up towards the ceiling. Start to lean back until you feel core engagement, and then start to lift those shins parallel with the mat. You can flex the toes back towards your face. Hands can rest behind the thighs or reach it forward. 3 breaths in our boat pose. Big breath in. Big breath out. Final 2. Last 1. Plant your feet down on the mat. Meet me in a standing forward fold. Bring those feet hips width distance. Just take some gentle sways side to side. We'll start to take all of that over to the other side. Heel toe those feet back to hips width distance if they were wider. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, hands down through heart center. Full breath. And left foot becomes our base. Inhale, make your way tree pose. Right foot on the inside of the left leg. And maybe it looks the same as the other side, maybe a little bit different. Find your drishti, your focal point that isn't moving. Let yourself shake a little bit or fall out. That's okay. Your body is learning. Inhale, one-legged Tadasana, lifting that right knee up. It's okay if you wobble. I do too.
Flex the toes back towards your face. Engage the core, big breath in. Exhale, right toes to the back of your mat, hands framing that left foot. So we're in our runner's lunge. And then start to keep that left knee at that left tricep and start to lift the left toes up. Inhale, three-legged dog. Left leg reaches up and back. Exhale, left knee behind the left wrist, set up for your half pigeon. Right leg is going to go long behind you. Stay for that inhale. And then exhale, maybe come down onto your forearms. 3 breaths. Inhale back up into your tall arms. Roll on to that left hip. Sweep that right leg around. Find your seated tree pose. Right leg extended. Square your shoulders with that right leg. Inhale, arms up. Exhale and fold. Inhale, find that length in the spine. Exhale, fold a little deeper. Inhale, sit it back up. Plant both feet down on the mat, knees up towards the ceiling. One more boat pose. Lean it back, lift those shins. Big breath in. Big breath out. 2 more. Stay for that inhale. Exhale, knees to chest, roll on to your backs. Take some gentle rocks side to side. Take your feet about as wide as your yoga mat. Let your knees knock in towards one another. Hands can rest by your side or on your body. And just start to slow down the breath. Eyelids can soften if that feels safe for you in the space that you're in, or just let your gaze get a little bit softer. Shifting our practice to the slower, more restful parts of this practice today. Start to bring your knees back into your chest. Nice big breath in. And exhale, drop your knees over to the left. Arms can come out to a T or goalposts, depending on the space that you have available. Gazing up towards the ceiling or maybe over that right shoulder. Inhale, bring the knees back through to center. And exhale, drop them to the other side. Inhale, knees back in through center. Keep those knees in your chest. Take the knees out nice and wide. Grab your hands, grab onto the bottoms of your feet, inside or outside of your feet. Finding our happy baby pose, maybe taking some gentle rocks side to side. Maybe playing with straightening one leg if that feels nice. Maybe straightening the other. And then releasing your feet, bring the soles of your feet together, knees out nice and wide, one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly, Supta Baddha Konasana, butterfly on your back. Give yourself a moment to just notice how you feel here. Give yourself a moment to honor yourself, acknowledge yourself for making this time for yourself, for showing up, for pressing play, for sticking through this practice. Maybe even in moments when the practice itself felt hard, or maybe just mentally you didn't feel fully in it, but you continued to show up for yourself, to do something kind for yourself. And when you're ready, you can start to extend your legs out long, arms resting down beside you. Our last few moments of our practice in stillness in our Shavasana, our final resting posture. Take a big breath in. Exhale, let it go. Gently wiggle fingers and toes. Roll around the wrists and the ankles. Maybe take a big good morning stretch, reaching long fingertips to toes. And rolling over onto your favorite side, finding a fetal posture. And gently pressing yourself up to a seat. Any seat that works for you today. Roots down, crown high. Lifting up through your spine. Inhale, sweep those arms out nice and wide. Let your palms meet overhead. Exhale, let your hands come down through heart center. Gentle bow of the head. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm so grateful to share this practice with you. Om Shanti. Peace. Thank you all so much for joining me for this practice today. I hope you have enjoyed it. I hope you are feeling strong. You're feeling flexible. I hope that you are just feeling really good, mind, body, soul, spirit level. If you are not already subscribed to my channel, I would be so grateful if you took a moment to do so. It helps more people find free classes just like this one, find small creators, small channels like mine. And I understand that ads are really annoying. As a small creator, I have no control over the placement of ads on my channel at this moment in time. So I appreciate you sticking with me even through those kinds of frustrations that can come up in your practice. If you want to go ad-free, take all of the ads out of your practice, take all of the guesswork out of your practice with a updated monthly daily practice calendar. The link to my ad-free membership is in the description below. Otherwise, you can grab my free daily practice calendar. That is 1 month. You get it once and you could repeat that as many times as you want. That's totally free. The link for that is also in the description below. Thank you so much for joining me. I will see you back on your mats for your next practice.